Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Wes with TurntEm DFS. Sure appreciate you being here, and I'm here with some free NFL picks for October 13th, 2024. So make sure you stay tuned in till the end of the video to see those picks. But first, we just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. As you can see, we are a new channel, and we appreciate you being here at the beginning and the inception of something new. Even though it's not very many subscribers at all. From my first video just a couple days ago when I recorded it, you can go back and look at it. I was in the middle of recording it, and I was like, we're at no subscribers. And just now, after 3 videos, it doesn't seem like a lot, but we have 13 subscribers. It says we have 6 videos. For some reason, I don't know why it says that. We only have 4 on our page. It's some sort of weird glitch with YouTube, but regardless, we have got 13 subscribers in just a couple videos, and that may not seem like a lot to some people, but it is kind of amazing to see and cool to see. Just like even though our videos, are brand new, they're getting views and they're getting people subscribing, and I can't say thank you enough to everyone who has subscribed and everyone who signed up with my promo code on Dabble. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. I'm sure it benefited you, but it also benefits me as well. So I just want to give you guys a shout out and say thank you. You guys know who you are, the ones who subscribed and the ones who signed up with my promo code. So a shout out to you guys first and foremost. And just, a couple things to talk about real quick is, it's been a rough college football Saturday. I'm not going to lie. Part of the thing I was going to, that I'm, telling you guys is that I'm going to be transparent when it comes to things. I'm not going to come on here and act like I win every day, because I don't. I don't win every day. Any gambler who comes on here, or bettor who comes on here, or prop pick player, prop bet player who comes on here, anyone who says they win every day is full of shit. So let's just, cut the shit and say it how it is. A spade's a spade. You don't win every day in gambling. That's why you got to get the edge. You got to figure out how it is that you can, when you do hit, that you cover your losses and that you can profit some. It was a pretty rough college football Saturday. Actually, it's been a pretty rough week, honestly. I mean, especially starting my YouTube channel. I mean, this is probably just the universe coming at me, but, you got to swallow it. You got to take it. You got to keep moving forward, and that's what we're going to do. Starting on Thursday night with that DK Metcalf call. If y'all go back and watch some of my videos, you'll hear me ranting and raving and steaming about it, but you go back and watch that DK Metcalf call where his big touchdown pass got called back. It was almost like a bad omen right there for the rest of the week, and I should have maybe known, but hindsight's 2020. But then our ticket on Friday, our free picks. I mean, I make more than one pick and more than one slip, as I've told you guys, but our YouTube play on Friday was the University of Las Vegas. Paired with Arizona State. And Malik Williams hit his over. Ricky White hit his over on Friday night. And then Cam Skatibo got his rushing touchdown. He got 2 of them, actually. And then Sam Leavitt came just shy, basically 1 pass shy. He was about 8 yards shy of his line from what I had him locked in at. And, so many times does this kind of stuff happen, like the DK Metcalf call or the Sam Leavitt, where he's the only player on the slip that 1 pass shy, and it's hard to deal with because, it's like, I'm not really sure, dance with who brought you to the game, dance with who brung you is the kind of thing that you got to, ask yourself and tell yourself is, why are they getting in these situations where it's like all of a sudden in the 4th quarter, they're just not going to pass the ball anymore. These crazy coaching decisions, crazy situations where we're dealing with, situations that are totally out of our control. And that's what we have to realize, and that's what we have to kind of buckle ourselves in for, is that there's going to be things that we can't control, clearly, because we're coaching from the couch, and that's okay. We just have to put ourselves in the best position each day, day in and day out, each week in and week out, and we have to take those odds and take those edges. But, it didn't get any better on Saturday. For instance, if you watch my video that I put out for college football Saturday Lock, we're sitting here right now looking at it, and it is just heartbreaking. We're I took mainly I targeted the LSU Ole Miss game, and then I paired two other players with it, with the Arizona game. I took Fafita on the over, and I took Conley to get over on receiving plus rushing yards. And it was a six-man slip. I mean, go back and look at the video, right here. Just go back and take a look at it. And it was a six-man slip, and Fafita hit his over. Of course, Conley fell short by about 30 yards. And then Jackson Dart. I mean, and then if you watch the video, you see how I told you guys that I liked the Ole Miss LSU matchup. And so that I was going to give you guys a six-man slip, but that I was also honest with you guys and told you I was going to do a four-man slip where I dropped Fafita and Conley because I was mainly targeting the LSU Ole Miss game. And Fafita ended up hitting his, but Conley came well short. So I was still like, okay, I got this four-man that includes basically the same other four players besides Fafita and Conley, and from the LSU Ole Miss game. And it was Jackson Dart, Trey Harris, Aaron Anderson, and Nussmeier. And I was pairing them together for high correlation. And Nussmeier hits his over. Anderson hits his over. Trey Harris hits his over. And then Jackson Dart literally comes like 7 yards shy, 8 yards shy of his of hitting his line, hitting his over. Once again, one pass, basically. I mean, not for sure necessarily because not all passes are 10 yards, but one or two passes and he hits his over. And we're talking, if you watch that game, they went the whole fourth quarter without pretty much passing the ball. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get these coaching decisions. But once again, I'm coaching from the couch, so it's pretty easy to do that. But if I had the lead and I was entering the fourth quarter, I wouldn't just run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. I mean, come on. Dance with who brought you. Go to your playmaker still. Put the game to rest. Put the nail in the coffin. Do what it is you need to do. It's ridiculous that we're having NFL players like Walker who aren't getting set, having DK Metcalf's called back. We're having college football coaches who have the lead in the fourth quarter and they think they're just going to run the ball and run the clock out. I mean, clearly LSU taught Ole Miss a fucking lesson. And it's like, I can't catch a fucking break right away, but that's all right because we're going to grit our teeth. We're going to forgive ourselves for what we have done wrong, and we're going to subscribe to the channel. You're going to do what you need to do to keep moving forward and keep moving on because that's the name of the game. That's what we do. That's what we do. We know we're not gonna win every day. We know that the odds are stacked against us, and if you don't, you need to do a little bit of research because I'm not one of those people who's gonna sit in here and tell you, oh man, I'm gonna make you a millionaire. I win every day. I mean, buy my free picks. Go subscribe to my VIP, and you're gonna become a millionaire. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm sitting here trying to build a community of people who love DFS like I do, where we can be honest with each other and we can talk about the ups and downs because that's the truth of it. It is mental ups and downs, basically mental warfare of do you have what it takes to continue on even though shit ain't going your way? But you got to trust in the process. You got to trust in the stats. You got to trust in the edge, giving yourself the sharp edge and the odds, the small odds. Don't take those long shot plays. I make a couple long shot lineups here and there. It's fun to do that. But I ain't putting down a bunch of money on them. I'll tell you that right now. The money I'm putting down that's significant is on the four-man lineups, two-man lineups, three-man lineups that are highly correlated, that are more than likely going to hit. And I'll be honest with you guys straight up. I'll continue to be honest with you guys from here on out. But that's just a little recap from College Football Saturday. As you can tell, it's got me on tilt. This whole damn week's got me on tilt. If you're on tilt, hit subscribe. We'll, work it out in the future together. So here we go. Looking forward to NFL Sunday to maybe save us from a fucked off college football weekend last weekend and this weekend. And then we're just going to keep on going forward and moving forward, and we're going to do what it takes. So let's hop on over there. I'm going to show you guys my basic free play for the YouTube channel. I'm going to make some other slips, but this is, as basic as it's going to get. You're attacking one of the most popular games on the slate, and you're targeting one of the most popular games on the slate. So let's hop over there and take a look at what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are. We're on the page right here I locked this one in on Dabble. It's the app I've been using. If you don't have Dabble, you need to get it. It's an awesome app. It's brand new. I mean, they're really they got something special going on over there. They got all kinds of different things that different DFS players can be excited about. I just encourage you to go check it out and see which part of the app is your favorite. But I will tell you right now, if you don't have it, use my promo code right here, BigWes89. My promo codes and my link aren't working because YouTube hasn't approved me yet or whatever, since I'm a new channel. But trust me, a couple people signed up on Saturday for me, and they got their $25, and it helps me out as well. If you do Big West 89 on sign up, you're going to get $25 for free just for signing up. You do not have to link your bank account. You do not have to link your card. You do not have to make a deposit. They're going to, a few minutes after signing up, they're going to give you $25 for free. And you can't really beat that. Free $25, get your feet wet, see how you like the app, start making a couple bets, and tail one of my picks. Follow me, tail one of my picks, tail one of my friends. We'll see what happens. It's all fun and exciting together. We can learn and grow together and be better and win together. That's my whole motto. And let's do it to it. Let's get to work. So we got simple. Like I said, I'm going to be making some other slips, but this is the one I'm making. And it's kind of crazy because some of these lines are a little different, a little lower on Dabble than they are on PrizePicks. So you kind of want to lock, if you're going for the more, you clearly want to lock in the lower lines. But you can see this 4-man highly correlated slip. These apps are getting smart. Even Dabble, they're starting to pay shift people right away. I mean, my video from 2 days ago, I have proof that they're not pay shifting you as much. And then here they go. They start to pay shift us. We're at the smarter plays we make, the more they try to pay shift us, and that's okay because I'll still take 7x my money. I don't know about you, but I will, especially on a 4-man. No, I'm not going to probably do a 6x or a 5x. So these apps need to take note of that. Like, if I come make the same play next week, basically, and it's a 5x, I mean, I'm going to probably try to, hop on a creator content call with Dabble and be like, what are you guys doing? You're shooting yourself in the foot. You need to let people make smart plays. If they're smart and they're going to, make smart plays, let them get paid out. Let the people eat, baby. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, this is the play. You can see it, but the reason I'm going to hop over here to PrizePicks is to show you guys a little bit of the strategy and the thought process behind it. All right, so here we are over here on PrizePicks, and we're targeting the Dallas Cowboys Detroit Lions game. It is not a rivalry game, but it's kind of like an unofficial rivalry game, but not one of those rivalry games where it's like 9-3 or 9-6 at the end of the game, and both defenses are so crazy that they've got each other figured out to the point where the other team can't move the ball. This rivalry game, in my opinion, is a bit different. It's a bit like chip on the shoulder. We got an attitude towards each other. Both teams are high-scoring offenses when they want to be, when they let themselves kind of unleash. And I feel like both of these teams are in a prime spot right now. They're both second place in their division. The Lions and the Cowboys are both second place, chasing teams that are well, in my opinion, drop it in the comments what you think. But in my opinion, better than they are and showing out. And so they've got something to prove. Both teams do this week. And you can see Dak Prescott, I'm taking him for the more here, for the over. He's hit this line 3 out of the last 5 times. And we know that Dak, he has the ability to make plays if he can just let himself get comfortable and do it. For whatever reason, Dak has seemed a little bit frazzled, I will say, here and there. But I think that as the season progresses, and especially with this kind of big game on the line, I mean, it's a bigger game than what people are alluding to for what the season has to hold, so to speak. Maybe not for playoff contingencies, but for basically their egos and their mentality moving forward of what kind of players they are, what kind of team they are. And so I'm looking for Dak to really step it up here. And then in turn, Jared Goff's going to have to step it up. As one team does better, the other team's going to have to do better, especially if they're not a team that's just going to lay down. And let's be honest, the Detroit Lions are not a team that lays down. So it's just not something that happens. They have a tough, gritty mentality where they're going to fight to the end. And, when you're betting on player prop lines, you want to go after matchups where that's the case, where the other team's not going to lay down and take their foot off the gas. It's just not something that you see from the Lions. It's not even really something you see from the Cowboys organization. The players sometimes do that, I feel like, but that's something they need to whip into shape. But you can see that Jared Goff, he's hit this line 3 out of the last 5 times, and he averages 257.6, and he's only at a line of 247.5 right now. And if it becomes a really super high competitive game, I'm taking him for the over. So, and then we're pairing each quarterback with one of their receivers for high correlation, which, they pay shift you down for that. But I would rather have a highly correlated lineup that's slightly pay shifted down than some random lineup with 4 players from 4 different teams. I mean, it only makes sense. The better Dak does, the better CeeDee Lamb's going to do. The better Goff does, the better Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to do. It's just the way it is. On paper, when we get to the game, I had a friend ask me the other day. They said, "Are you confident in your picks for Friday night?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm always confident in my picks until the game starts." And I feel like that's something that is just inevitable. If you're a sports bettor and you're someone who's into this kind of shit, I mean, you're always confident in your picks and what you're looking up and the statistics and the stats until the game starts, and then we'll see what happens when the ball starts flying around. But let's jump over there to wide receiver slot and take a look. All right, so we're over here at the receiver slot, and we're going to take a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. If my computer will load, my internet's been having a problem. Here we go. All right, now here's the thing. Take it or leave it, but he's at 75.5. I'm taking him for the over. He's only averaging 67.5. So, some people may balk at this, but the reason his average is so low, if you know anything about math or averages, is this game right here. It drug down his entire average. If it wasn't for this game right here, or even had a mediocre performance, his average would be much higher. So when you look at it, he's one of their playmakers. He's someone Goff's comfortable with going to. If the game takes the turn that we're talking about, with it being an unusual rivalry, not one where they have a low scoring defensive game, like a lot of rivalries are that way, but where it becomes like a rivalry game where it's like high scoring, huge, ridiculous plays, then you can see he's hit this line 2 out of 5 times, and he came right on the edge this time. And if you take this one out of play, where basically that's killing his whole average, I mean, it's not looking too bad. And we all know that he has big playability, and he's capable of getting well over 75.5 yards, especially on a Sunday. For some reason, prime time seems to be a little harder for these cats. Regular Sunday games at noon and or the 3 o'clock, 3:30 slots, they seem to show out more. I don't know what it is about the primetime slots that just got these guys all jazzed up, but you think they would like it more. Maybe they just can't handle the spotlight. I'm not sure, but I definitely think he can hit the more tomorrow. Especially we're taking Goff for the more, so why not go to his playmaker? We'll see what happens. And then on the other hand, basic play, like we're talking about, we're not getting fancy here. We're correlating. We're stacking QBs with wide receivers. And we're targeting one game. I mean, we're not spreading this over 4 games with 4 players. Correlation's where it's at. And you definitely, CeeDee Lamb's lines are higher though than a lot of other receivers. I don't know if Vegas just knows that he's got that much potential, or maybe they just know that Dallas doesn't have a lot of receiving options for Dak to go to. I'm not sure. However, he's only hit this line 2 out of the last 5 times. But I got faith in CeeDee Lamb. I know he's a big time player. I know he's someone that can, really light it up. And, given the stuff that's been happening lately, I think that, he's got something to prove. And, they paid him a lot of money, so they're not just going to, not throw the ball to him. I mean, I know that's sounds a little whacked out to think about, but, you know, they don't pay someone millions and millions of dollars to give him 3 targets a game. And so to kind of emphasize that, we'll jump over and look at a couple of his stats for targets and receptions and stuff. All right, so here we are. We're looking at Dallas's total targets. CeeDee Lamb far outweighs his teammates on targets. He's getting 36 targets right now. The next guy closest is Ferguson with 25. And then you look down at red zone targets, and sure, Dak likes to spread it around in the red zone. But we're not, going for a touchdown pick here. We're going for receiving yards. So that's why we're looking at regular targets of 36. He's far outweighing everyone on the target tree versus red zone targets. If you're going for a TD a TD, pick or player prop pick, then you're going to want to look at red zone targets. You're going to want to look at, does this person have big playability, things like that where they can burn people and score a touchdown on that level. If you're going for just regular receiving yards, I mean, I'll take the targets all day long. And we'll look at Amon-Ra St. Brown in a second, and, we'll kind of evaluate that. All right, so here we are on the Lions target tree. You can see that Amon-Ra St. Brown, he far outweighs. It's basically the same, outline as what you saw with the Dallas target tree. I mean, it's almost fucking identical. So you can see that he outweighs on the targets. And, here's the thing. When you're betting, you can say all day long, oh, well, I like Brock Wright. I really like Tim Patrick. Khalif Raymond, he's my favorite. Well, you know what? I like Brock Wright too. Tim Patrick's not bad. But guess what? When I'm talking about making bets and trying to make money and trying to take the odds and take the small, sharp edges, I'm not betting part of my bankroll on Brock Wright with 7 targets over here. I'm betting on Amon-Ra St. Brown with 37 targets to come through and get the receiving yards we need in a high competitive game where both teams are in second place trying to prove something. And that's the way you got to start looking at this, kind of start approaching and attacking these matchups. It's all cool when, you think Khalif Raymond's the bomb, but he's only got 5 targets this year. So, it's definitely something to think about, take into mind, and keep into consideration moving forward as we move forward in this season. And, once again, everyone just keep their head down, grit their teeth, move forward. You got to believe in the process. You got to believe in what you're doing. You got to understand what's happening. You got to do your own research even. Don't just take my word for it or anyone's word for it. Go do your own research. Feel comfortable with whatever plays and bets you're placing and making. That's the most important thing. And then have fun. There's no point in doing it if you're not having fun. There's no point in doing it if you're betting your house money or your electric money. Don't do that. I mean, go put down money you can afford to lose, but have fun doing it. Enjoy what you're doing. Drop a comment below and tell us what kind of plays you're targeting. What games are you targeting? What are some of your favorite overs or unders? Let's talk about it. Let's build a community of people where we can feel safe about talking about our wins and talking about our losses. I'll be the first one to say, you ain't going to win every week. So anyone who comes in and starts talking about how they're going to make you a millionaire in a week or 2 or 3, it's just not going to happen. You need to understand the process and the way it works. And I hope you continue along this journey with us, because we're going to teach people and help people to slowly win over time and have more fun with daily fantasy sports instead of basically betting it all in and then getting upset when they don't win. I got a lot of friends who they try to do daily fantasy sports and then they get pissed off because they made a 6-man slip with 5 fucking Cowboys players and one other. I mean, come on, you got to mix it up a little bit. If you're going to make a 6-man slip, at least do 3 from each team. At least do 2 players from 3 different teams. You can't just bet on your favorite team. I used to have this friend. He loved the Houston Astros, and he would just bet his fucking bankroll on the Houston Astros. I mean, that's cool, man, but what's the odds that, 9 people from the Astros are going to go off in one game? It's just not feasible. I mean, everything you're asking to happen, 9 different things from one game is just not going to happen. You got to be smarter, you got to be better, and you got to progress, especially it's about to be 2025. These apps are getting smarter day in and day out. So we have to get smarter day in and day out. So let's build a community together where we can get smarter and get better together. And that's all I got for you guys for today's video. I hope this brings some value to you. Don't forget to sign up on Dabble with my promo code BigWest89. You get $25 just for free, no credit card, no deposit, nothing needed, just for signing up. They're going to give you $25. That helps me out as well. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Please continue to help this channel out. It means a lot. I want to say thank you guys to everyone who has subscribed, has signed up on the Dabble, has done everything. Thank you guys for following us. Continue to follow. We're going to continue on, and we're going to, lower our head, grit our teeth, and we're going to get to work. So good luck to everyone on Sunday for their NFL picks. Let us know how it went for you down in the comments, and we'll catch you guys next time.